The Unwanted Undead Adventure Episode 1, and so many things to talk about. First of all, I just want to say that this episode was great. It's definitely one of those episodes that makes you want to watch more. You know, that you are desperately waiting for the second episode to come out. This is definitely one of those episodes. And in general, I think the plot story, the dynamic of the anime is going to be a great one. I expect great things from this anime. I think it's going to be really entertaining until the last episodes. I don't think it will fall off or anything like that. I can perfectly see myself reviewing this anime week by week. So yeah, this episode was really good. I know I say that a lot and will continue to say that a lot, but it is just the case that it was really good. So in this episode we see, I think his name was Rentt, or main protagonist, or Rento, how they say it in Japanese, something like that. And this Rentt guy turns into an undead because in the labyrinth, I think it was called the Moon something labyrinth, he finds a dragon, a weird looking dragon at that basically turns him into an undead. I think it is because that dragon was especially weird or unique that he turned into an undead. Maybe another dragon would have actually killed him, and not turn him into an undead. And well, he himself admits that he was actually really careless when walking around the labyrinth. He thought that because it was already explored, that it was already empty, that nothing dangerous was going to happen. And when he found the new path in the labyrinth, he went in there like nothing bad was going to happen. Of course, he got himself killed. And yeah, now he turned into an undead, specifically a skeleton. And we see how throughout the whole episode, Rentt is trying to evolve into a higher being other than a skeleton, because I guess you can say the skeleton or the undead has leveling up powers. You start off as a skeleton, I guess you can say the weakest form of the undead, and then into a ghoul, and maybe into a lich, or maybe into a vampire, the ultimate form, or something like that. It was mentioned in this episode. So we see in this first episode how just by killing a couple of monsters, by being an undead, a skeleton, he was able to get really strong. He mentioned that he trained for 10 years, and another 10 years he was an adventurer. So just in a couple of fights in a single day, he basically surpassed everything that he did in 20 years. So yeah, he's already stronger than he was in his human form. So that tells you a lot about how strong he's going to be going forward. And now at the end of the episode, we saw how he turned into a ghoul, and this ghoul is basically stronger, can speak, although you need to force yourself into speaking, because you cannot speak right off the bat. So yeah, he needs to train that. But yeah, he's basically stronger. He has kind of a flesh, I guess you can say that, although it's all rotten away, but I mean, it's better than being a skeleton. It is also mentioned that he doesn't need to sleep or eat. I don't know if that changed with him being a ghoul. Maybe now he does have to eat and sleep, but at least when he was a skeleton, he didn't need to do that. So yeah, we see how he can also use still his ability like mana, spirit, and I don't remember the other one. It was kind of like the healing one. So yeah, he can still use all the same abilities that he used when he was a human, when he was still alive. And I assume that now that he's an undead, he will be able to learn new spells and new things compared to when he was a human, that he didn't knew anything besides those 3 spells. That he himself admits that there are actually 3 really rare spells or skills, especially having them 3 together, it is extra especially rare. So I think now that he's an undead, not only will he be able to use those skill spells to a greater extent, but also maybe learn other spells or skills that he can use. So yeah, aside from his swordsman abilities. And we saw how also in the guild, in the adventurer guild, the lady that was there basically told a new adventurer, a new girl adventurer, that she should pair up with Rentt, because maybe Rentt will teach her some stuff. But we saw that Rentt didn't return to the guild, because as we all know, he was just there stuck in the in the labyrinth trying to basically evolve. So now I think it is mentioned, or I think it was mentioned, that the lady sent her to the labyrinth. This girl is now apparently in the labyrinth. I don't know if this girl is actually going to meet Rentt in his undead form, in his ghoul form, or maybe by the time she gets there, Rentt is already suited up, and now not be recognizable as an undead, because I'm pretty sure he's going to, buy an armor or something like that and basically hide his identity. So yeah, I think that is the question going forward, or at least for the next episode, if the girl that is going there will actually meet Rentt in his real, form, in his real undead form, or will she meet him in his, already hiding identity way. I think that is a really good question to pose. The other thing I want to mention is that this girl that is going to meet Rentt in the labyrinth, or I assume is going to meet Rentt in the labyrinth, is going to be the other protagonist. I still don't know her name, I still don't know her appearance, but almost assuredly she's going to be the second protagonist alongside Rentt. I think she's the one that's going to be, besides him all along the anime. So yeah, we saw that besides being back to his human form, the other thing that Rentt wants to do is basically be a mithril adventurer. I think that is in fact his main goal, be a mithril adventurer, because we saw sort of a flashback that showed that he has sort of a, a person that he looks up to, and that person, I suppose, was a mithril or is a mithril adventurer. Yeah, that is his basically main goal, aside from being in his human form again, which I don't know if he can actually do that. He mentioned that maybe he can potentially be a vampire, which is basically being a human at that point, but I don't know if he can actually be back to being a human, a real human being. Maybe not, maybe yes. But regardless, it is actually pretty nice seeing him, fighting monsters and getting stronger and stronger. That is something that I really always liked about animes like this, about fantasy, adventuring animes, that you see the main protagonist getting stronger and stronger by battling. I always like that aspect of this type of anime. So I think that aspect being shown in the first episode definitely caught my attention and definitely made me enjoy the episode a little bit more than usual. And the whole, like I said already, the whole leveling up aspect of the anime has always, been an intrigue to me. I always been interested in seeing animes that have the main protagonist leveling up, not only in him getting stronger, but also, advancing in the ranks of being, a gold, bronze, or mithril adventurer. In this case, our protagonist is a bronze adventurer, the second lowest, as he himself said. So yeah, the process of seeing him getting stronger and stronger and ranking up every week is definitely something I enjoy a lot. So yeah, that was the first episode of the anime. I definitely like the anime a lot, the first episode a lot. I expect great things from this anime going forward. I will definitely be reviewing at least the second episode and probably the anime as a whole. But yeah, if you don't want to miss any episode reviews, especially of the second episode, please subscribe so you don't miss it. Also, if you like the review, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I think that will be everything for me, and I guess I'll see you all in the next episode review.